Hi, everyone. I'm Carol Glock, and this is Jen Kim. Today, we're going to be talking about a little bit about clinical trials. This is May, which is Clinical Trial Month, and we would just like to educate you a little bit about clinical trials.
Yeah, I know, Carol, that you yourself were on a clinical trial. And, I know a lot of people have misconceptions about clinical trials. So I think if we just have a couple questions to go over so that we can help people understand, different ways that they can handle their treatment. So what exactly is a clinical trial?
Well, a clinical trial is really a carefully designed research study in which people, help doctors really find ways to improve healthcare related to specific diseases of just a lot of medical conditions. It's not just cancer. So each study really tries to answer scientific questions and to find better ways to prevent, diagnose, or treat a particular condition.
Well, and I know when you participated, I know you benefited greatly because it saved your life.
I did.
Can you tell us a little bit about like what are the benefits of a clinical trial?
Well, when my physician asked me if I wanted to participate in a clinical trial, of course, I was thinking at the time what would really help me, but then I didn't realize too that it was going to help physicians identify new treatments for, breast cancer in general. Also, it led the way to improve survivalship, not only for myself, but a number of other patients. And also, it was an individualized treatment plan for myself, which they talk about so much, now. And, of course, the particular clinical trial that I'm on or was on, now that I'm 8 years cancer free, it has helped so many patients, and it's been FDA approved, and it's really out there in the market, and it's been used for metastatic breast cancer patients.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I know it's definitely been it's been a huge change in your life as well as, like you're saying, many others. I mean, it's fantastic. And that's how all medicines are, brought to all of us that are dealing with cancer, is through a clinical trial. So it's really important that we participate. I know when we talked about the misnomers, I think there's still a lot of myths out there about clinical trials and about safety and about, some people seem to think that they won't get any medicine at all on a clinical trial, or they wouldn't get the standard of care. I mean, what are the risks to being involved in a clinical trial?
That's probably one of the first questions that I get. They'll say to me, well, Carol, if I'm on a clinical trial, then will I get the standard of care? You do get the standard of care. You receive the standard of care plus the clinical trial. So, to me, it's really kind of cool because you're getting all that, good treatment that everyone else would get. Plus you get this additional, drug or treatment to see if it will really help or enhance your treatment. The other thing is that, some people will say to me, well, do I have to be on this trial the entire time that I'm getting my treatment? No, you do not, because, as with any drug, there can be some side effects. For example, on mine, diarrhea was one of the side effects. So if I was unable to withstand that particular side effect for the length of time that they wanted me to be on it, then they could take me off that particular drug. And they were really, really carefully monitoring me. So, those are two of the myths that I think, have to be addressed with people. And I thought my care was phenomenal and how they watched me very closely.
Well, that's excellent to know. So you are definitely going to get standard of care, which if you don't know what standard of care is that it's whatever the, standardized treatment is for that particular type of cancer. So you would definitely get what everybody else is getting and more. It's just our final question is, how can people learn more? If people want to get involved or if people are interested in clinical trials, what do they do?
Well, I receive a lot of calls myself since, people are out there that are diagnosed with breast cancer and even other cancers. They will call, me, or they can go on glockfoundation.org to find out about clinical trials. Or you can simply ask your physician, because they'll be aware of what kind of, treatment is out there for your particular cancer. Lastly, you can go on clinicaltrial.gov and you can navigate through that and see if there are any particular trials out there that match your cancer.
Well, that's fantastic. We've given us a lot of tips and tools, and I think everybody should just try to learn more, try to educate themselves, and talk to their doctors, because there are a lot of different ways to try to get effective treatment.
Thanks, Jen, and feel free to contact me through the glockfoundation.org or call me at 412-680-6496. And of course, Jen and I work very closely together. A lot of the young women that she helps through her organization, we end up collaborating with each other. So
we do.
Thank you.
Thank you.